Hello, my name is Dale DuFay. I'm going to narrate this video for Mary Hall. She made yet another discovery in Antarctica where the melting ice is revealing incredible things. Now, I want you to pay attention to the bottom of the screen here. First of all, this is courtesy of Google Earth, which is an excellent tool, but this is some of the resources they use for their to get these graphics. And I noticed that in Antarctica, especially this company here, Maxar Technologies, does a lot of this, especially the three-dimensional, but two-dimensional as well, images of, and there's clearly, real obvious right angles, squares, intersections, all, this is very artificial. And in this area, I'll run the video where she kind of went through and looking at all these areas. And this area where the ice is completely melted really shows a lot just as well, or even more so actually. But it's amazing what the melting ice is revealing just by melting. You could see, all around there's all kinds of patterns. Now, this isn't pixelation because when you zoom in, you get a lot of pixelation. But these are, look down at the right corner here, you could clearly see height definition. And this is in 3D right now. Right here, this is an option button. To put it, if you want 2D, you hit that button. So don't think that that's a reference, because it's not. Right now it's in 3D. But let's go ahead and run the video as she kind of goes through this whole area. This is my mouse here. I'll try to. I mean, it's so busy. It's crazy. You can spot area, places all over. I mean, look at all this straight lines, 90 degrees, definition of height. Right there is 2D, and you can see it even then. It's remarkable. Now, that's not natural. That's not natural features. And look at this everywhere. There's some even checkerboard patterns. Look at the checkerboard over here. It's amazing. It's all over. Now, the ice, when it's melting over a natural surface, will not do this. And here it looks like a wall, artificial wall. Look how straight that is. That's just not natural. None of this is. I mean, like I said, you look anywhere on the screen as it's going along here, and there's not any. You spot all kinds of anomalies. And by anomalies, I mean something that looks artificial as opposed to natural rock formations. And if you ask me, this entire area looks artificial. Yet another area in Antarctica. And they're making all kinds of discoveries down there. Now, it's quite apparent that there was not only an ancient civilization on the entire Earth. Here's a coordinate: 76 degrees, 7 foot 59 inches south, 162 degrees. I think that's east. Yeah, 162 degrees east, 27 feet 3 inches. So it's pretty close to the pole. But not only was the whole planet at one time, and way back in antiquity, what I call the ancients to our ancients to the ancients. There was obviously civilizations on Earth that were before the flood, or before the last ice age. And not just on the Earth, but obviously here in Antarctica. Look at, here's that checkerboard again. This see the coordinates is in these areas. You can look for yourself. And you'll see if you zoom in close, it's real difficult to get any definition. And it only zooms in so far. And then it gets like totally blurry. But these are hard to find. I mean, they're not that easy. That's why I asked Mary, how does she keep finding them? I mean, look at this. This area looks like could be some sort of temple complex or who knows what. I mean, it takes up a large area. And this area is obviously exposed completely, and you can see totally definite structure. That is not a rock formation there. That is what's left of ruins of an ancient civilization, and it certainly looks that way to me. But what's interesting about this Maxar Technologies is they only seem to be Google seems to only be using them in Antarctica, and I've read an article about them recently. I'll try and leave a link below about it. But the government uses them extensively for all sorts of purposes, and they seem to have the technology to be able to reveal what the melting ice is revealing in Antarctica. But I noticed in other areas on Google Earth, they use another one, Copernican technologies in the other areas, but they only use this Maxar technologies down here. It's interesting. So you can't help but wonder if the government is interested in what's being shown down here. If you look over here, this part of the screen up top, it's totally blurred out. So who knows what's underneath that blurred out area if they're doing it intentionally, or it could be incomplete data as well. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's amazing they're even showing this. If you ask me, I mean, look at this. Even in farther out areas around, the whole surrounding area looks like what's remnants of ancient ruins and streets and grid layout of a entire city right down there in Antarctica. I mean, obviously it was not covered in ice, and it was in the temperate zone, and there was massive high-tech civilization down there. Wherever, I mean, it's just real interesting. This shouldn't be surprising to us because, like I said, they're finding all kinds of things down there. They're remarkable things. It's like that's why it's very difficult to get any sort of permit to go down there unless you're doing research. But here's that rock area again, are totally ice free, and you could see very obvious right angles and definition of height and structure. It's quite amazing. And then she found this is that area here again, but she found this area down here as well to be interesting. See, look at the whole entire area, and I see checkerboards everywhere. There's one there. There's some. I mean, look, there's one up there. Everywhere. It's just amazing. Again, it's not pixelation because the pixelation appears when you zoom in. It's just what is being revealed. It can't now. Those were natural. See, look at that whole area blurred out there. Only knows what's under there. It may be way more obvious than what this is revealing. And they have to show some. They can't blur out the whole continent. But if you look close, you can find these areas. Yeah, I can't help but wonder what's under all this. You could even see it's quite bright. But still, again, that's benefit of the doubt. We'll just say that's incomplete data. But look at all this. It's everywhere. So yet another great find that Mary made in Antarctica. And, let Mary know what you think, or jot down these coordinates and look yourself, or maybe we'll leave a link down for a postcard in this area, a Google postcard they call it, Google Earth postcard. So thank you for watching.